This has lasted twice as long as any other NFL dynasty. You can point to the 1980s, 1990s 49ers that lasted from 81 through 94. However, that organization went through two different coaches and two different quarterbacks to get there. The Patriots have been 1-1. Everything has to end sometime. And Brady can't play until he's 50. He probably can't even play until he's 45. At some point, the ravages of time will catch up to him. And we've seen a couple of games this year, a couple of moments where he has looked older and more ineffective than ever before. I think that this is real. I think that the Patriots certainly are at a sensitive point. Belichick swallows ego better than anybody else. He does not need book deals. He does not need all these types of compliments. He does not need all these types of television specials. He does not need to stroke his own ego, and that's been at the very center of the Patriots' success. Because he could then tell everybody else, don't stroke your own ego. I don't need it. So you don't need it. But if it's coming down to Belichick knowing what was the right thing to do for this organization, which is not give Tom Brady full reign over everything, but Brady has to be a piece of the puzzle, not everything. And that means taking back what Alex Guerrero was able to do around that team with other players. Maybe Brady feeling as though, as this story suggests, Belichick is too negative and too cynical and drives him too hard, despite being one of the greatest of all time in terms of as a quarterback and a winner. That between those two guys, at some point it becomes untenable. And this has happened throughout sports history. It's just lasted longer in New England than ever before. No team has ever had this length. But it can't happen forever. It can't go on forever. And so, yeah, I think this is truth. I think this is close to the end. They might steer their way through this, navigate their way through this, and win another Super Bowl. That is totally possible with the Patriots. They avoid and ignore and work through distractions better than anybody else. But they also don't have those distractions usually surrounding Belichick and Brady and a craft. And the craft walking into this and basically choosing Brady over Belichick, I think, bothers Belichick to no end. And I think Belichick said, I want to set this thing up for long term, and you chose Brady out of loyalty to Brady, and we don't do business around here like that. And I think that will forever be a sticking point, and that will eventually break this thing up, because if Belichick wanted to stick around for 5 years, I think maybe now it's down to 1 or 2. Could he leave this offseason? I suppose he could. That would be really dramatic. Maybe he retires for a year and then comes back as a VP or an executive like Tom Coughlin somewhere else. I think that's on the table. But the reality is there's more strife within the most important pieces in that locker room than ever before. And at some point it's coming to an end. It can't go on forever, even though it feels like it has been forever.